8 cookie run videos I never uploaded. Some of them were ones I worked on for a bit but scrapped, and others are mostly concepts. There's so many of them that I might as well make a video about it. Some are very absurd, like using Dark Enchantress in-game. Yes, as a playable character, before her release. For some, I just never had the motivation to work on, like a cookie run Hunger Games one. And others were, well, kinda risky. After I show you all my scrapped videos, I want you to comment down below which ones you wish I uploaded. Now let's talk about the first one. Here's the thumbnail, and the title is I exposed clickbait card tricks, but are they real? So there's been YouTube videos made by other YouTubers going around that showcase tricks used to beat the Game of Cards event. But what exactly is a Game of Cards? Well, Royal Margarine will give you rewards if you beat him in a card guessing game. You gotta pick one of his cards. If you pull a Shadow Milk Joker, you instantly lose your reward. If you don't get Shadow Milk, you keep your reward. You can end your run early and keep all you got, or gamble it in rounds 2 and 3. Yes, you're gambling prizes you already earned. In the next rounds, you gotta avoid the Joker to get rewards. So anyways, there's been some YouTube videos that claim there's tricks to beating this card game. I was gonna review and test them to see if they were real or fake. However, I was like, maybe this isn't such a good idea. My whole video would have shown gameplay that showcased how all 3 of them were completely fake and clickbait. Turns out there's absolutely no tricks and you know, it's all luck based. The thing is, I don't really want to rip apart other cookie run YouTubers. They got their own life and stuff going on, and someone poking fun at their clickbait is like trying to stir the pot. I guess you should let me know if you think this was a good or a bad idea. Well, time for the second one. Here's a very rough draft of the thumbnail. It looks kinda crap right now. And it would have been titled, Can a free-to-play player reach Grandmaster 1 after quitting CRK? Notice how this implies that I can counter Doyle. This was supposed to be a story-based arena video. A while back, I quit CRK for a few months. After I returned, I fell off in terms of in-game strength. The premise of the video would have been trying to counter Doyle in order to reach Grandmaster 1 and redeem myself. In fact, I am able to counter Doyle right now, but I have to use Doyle to counter Doyle. A Wildberry cookie team like this is able to counter Doyle teams that use a necklace treasure. A Wind Archer cookie team like this one is able to counter Doyle teams that use a monocle. However, the Wind Archer team struggles way more than the Wildberry one. Finally, the standard Doyle team with PV or Marshmallow Bunny beats everything else. So the reason this video got scrapped is because of timing. Right now, Cookie Run YouTube isn't doing too hot. I decided that I'll wait until Silent Salt arrives, try to counter him without using him, and base a video on that instead. It would be way more intense and people would watch that due to the hype. Plus, it's not like I can repeat this twice. Once I hit Grandmaster 1 after quitting CRK, it's over. I redeemed myself. Making the same video for both the Doyle update and the Silent Salt update doesn't make sense. On to the third video, the Cookie Run Hunger Games. I don't have a thumbnail for this one, it's only a concept. However, I've done it a lot in the past, and here's some of the thumbnails I used. So what is a Cookie Run Hunger Games? Well, 24 cookies get put in an arena and they fight to the death. Last cookie standing wins. So what happens during the Hunger Games? Well, here's an example. Shadow Milk throws bombs at Pure Vanilla dies. Strawberry Crepe pretends to sleep and secretly snorts illegal rainbow sugar cubes. Now here's the catch, every single Hunger Game interaction and fight is randomized. I don't control the story at all. And how do I randomize this? Well, I created a website that simulates the Hunger Games. You can use it if you want, link in the description. So the reason why I haven't made a Hunger Game video is because I lost motivation. These videos take so long to edit. Plus, I need to update my website so that it's better and allows users to actually save their tribute choices. It's a lot of work, so yeah. The fourth video is using only level 1 cookies to push as high as possible inside the arena. Ideally, I would hit like Elite 5 or Elite 3. I don't have a thumbnail or title for this concept, however it would be a sequel to a previous video. A few weeks ago, I published a video called I built the most expensive level 1 account. I pulled for tons of cookies on a brand new account with 1.3 million crystals at my disposal. I ended up getting all 4 beast cookies. At the end of that video, I tested the beast cookies inside the arena at level 1. They won a few times, but also lost quite a bit. I also asked to my viewers if they wanted to see a part 2, where I would use that account to push as far as possible in the arena with level 1 cookies. And guess what? Not a single comment said that they wanted to see that. That's right, not even one little comment. Absolutely no one cares about level 1 cookies inside the arena, so I scrapped it. The end. The fifth one isn't actually just a single video, it's like a series of videos. They're all cookie reviews and first impressions. So far, I've published a few of these, like for caramel choux, black forest, wedding cake, and eternal sugar. However, I scrapped a lot of them, and I mean a lot. The first one was cream soda's first impressions. Here's the thumbnail for it. I scrapped this one cause there wasn't really that much to talk about, plus she sucked at the time. She was also very boring to use. Now she's super OP in guild battle, but it's too late. The next one was for Lime Cookie, and oh boy, Lime Cookie was so useless that testing her out would have been a complete waste of time. Instead, I replaced her first impression video with a commentary style one. It was called Dev Sisters fumbled these 4 cookies release, here's why. I was ranting about how Lime Cookie got shafted, even though she helped make Cookie Run Oven Break popular. In fact, the most popular video on Cookie Run's official channel is about Lime Cookie, and Lime Cookie was completely overshadowed by Jagay and Manchu Cookie during her update. The disrespect was insane. The next review I scrapped was for Grapefruit Cookie. When she was initially released, well, she sucked as much as Lime, so I scrapped it. However, it turned out that Grapefruit was extremely meta in the Cookie Alliance, so I decided to make a video about that instead of a first impression. It was called This Useless Cookie Became Meta, here's how. Now, for Menthol and Seltzer Cookie, these two are extremely meta in guild battle. I never reviewed these cookies cause I absolutely despise guild battle. Gross. I try to avoid playing guild battle as much as possible. On to the next topic, which is Castle. Yes, a match 3 cookie run game that flopped really hard. So at one point, Black Sapphire and Candy Apple were added to that game, and I thought that was super interesting. However, the problem is that I'm a CRK YouTuber, not a Witch's Castle one, so it would have been kinda risky. That's not the real reason I scrapped it though. I decided to prioritize other CRK videos instead. Now it's way too late cause those 2 Deceit cookies were added so long ago. Next up, we have Arcade Arena guides. The Arcade Arena was a limited time game mode where high rarity cookies were banned. It was like an epic only arena. Some super epics were roaming around still. Jagay and Manju Cookie were extremely meta, and every single team had those 2 in it. At one point, Caramel Arrow was a really good counter to the most popular arena teams. I kinda forgot the reasoning behind why she was meta, it was so long ago. Here's the thumbnail, and the video was basically about me revealing why Caramel Arrow was top meta. The reason I scrapped it was because the Arcade Arena wasn't very popular on YouTube. It just wasn't worth covering that game mode instead of something more popular. Now it's way too late cause the Arcade Arena doesn't even exist right now. Now it's time for the juicy stuff. I have a bit of a reputation for using illegal cookies. But what are illegal cookies? Well, using Dark Enchantress before her release is a prime example, as in she's literally usable in battle. So I've done this type of video in the past, but I wanted to do it again recently. It's just that I kinda wanted to make a series about it, but I never uploaded or anything. The battle on screen showcases her healing. Yeah, I decided to make her a healer cause everyone expects her to be a DPS. The way I'm able to do this is a secret, so for now, you can just assume that I edit her in with Photoshop and stuff. Yeah, let's pretend this is like some sort of art edit instead of me messing with the game's, files and stuff. So I was gonna make a series about my Dark Enchantress, but it got delayed and stuff, and now Silent Salt is kinda ruining it. Silent Salt is stealing all the attention. I gotta wait until a long time after Silent Salt's release, where Dark Enchantress becomes the center of attention instead. There's some other illegal cookies I've shown in the form of YouTube shorts. For example, Double Shadow Milks. We got Ginger Brave, but he's a safeguarded healer. Double Pure Vanillas. Aquamarine Cookie becoming playable. Double Burning Spice. Yeah, there's a lot. However, I stopped making YouTube shorts and never uploaded them anymore. Some of them got millions of views. So you may be wondering why I would give that all up. Well, most people who subscribe from shorts never watch the creator's long form videos. I'm not a shorts creator, so making shorts gives me a lot of dead subscribers. I'd rather have people watch my long form stuff instead. However, spamming shorts helped me reach 100k subs, and this leads us to the final topic. I could have made a video about getting my 100k silver play button, however, that's completely unrelated to CRK, so I didn't. Basically, this is your only chance to look at it. Yeah, this is my silver play button reveal. That's all for now. Make sure you comment which videos you wish I didn't scrap.